Hello, friends. This is Damita. At the moment, I'm in my friend's house in Cheshunt in England, and I'm with my Kalyana Mitra, Buddhist monk who is my great teacher for the last 10 years or so. And we've been putting some videos on YouTube. And this time, we're going to talk about a very important subject that you might find interesting. Hamdani, what shall we talk about today?
Today we can talk about that the Lord Buddha's the summarized stanza. It is called the Sabbha papassa akaranang. Kusalassa upasampada swachitta pariyodapanang etam buddhanusasanam. This is the all the Buddhas preaching, the summarizing the Buddha's teaching.
Okay. So, Sabbha papassa akaranang, kusalasa upasampada, and then
Swachitta pariyodapanang
swachitta pariyodapanang,
etam buddhanusasanam.
etam
Buddhanusasana.
So that last, so there are four sentences to that stanza. So the very last one, etang buddhanusasanam, means that is the teachings of all the Buddhas. Now, by all the Buddhas, we need to understand what is the meaning of the word Buddha. Now, does the Buddha mean a person, or does the Buddha mean somebody's mind, the mind of somebody who has gained the knowledge of the path to nibbhana by his own actions, by his or her own meditation, by his or her own thinking power? Hamdurne, what is that etang Buddha Anusasana? What is a Buddha? What is meaning here?
The Buddha means the enlightened one. He is maybe a person, but Buddha is not a physical body. It is the knowledge or understand or the wisdom.
Okay.
The last day I went to the British Museum.
Yeah.
Then when I'm going through the museum, there are several Buddha statues there.
Yeah.
Sri Lankan
Ancient
Buddhas, Indian Buddhas, and the European Buddhas. The Buddha means the realized and enlightened one. In India, is another Buddha. He's called the Jaina Mahavir. In Sri Lanka, people, we are Buddhist, Buddhas, the Gautama Samana. And Western countries, there is a statue.
Yes.
There are many names.
Sometimes with a big belly.
Big belly, yeah. And using the crown also.
Yeah, yeah.
With the jewelry also.
Yeah.
The Buddha.
Yeah. So these are
Buddha
depictions.
means-
These are statues, right?
Yeah.
Stone statues or concrete statues. We
Yeah.
don't know.
There are some Buddhas, the naked statues there.
Yeah.
In the British
museum.
museum, we can see.
So in the museum means these are hundreds of years old, something like that.
Maybe there are some statues more than 2000 years before statues. Many statues in the British Museum.
Okay. So the point of that particular aspect is that no matter how we might depict, or no matter how we might give pictures of a Buddha as a person or a personality, what we need to understand, as my Kalyana Mitra is pointing out, is that we need to focus on that person or that individual's mind, what that person has achieved in terms of enlightenment. Enlightenment means the path to Nibbhana. And if that person has realized on his own, that is a Buddha.
Buddha.
Okay.
The person who following that the Buddhas, then someone can realize that the same wisdom, it is called the first, called the Sotapanna, or the Buddhism, in the Theravada Buddhism. The someone is realized the first time, he is called the Buddha.
Okay.
The Buddha's teaching, following someone, listening that the real Dhamma,
Okay.
they are called the Sotapanna, Sakurdagami, Anagami, and Arahat.
Okay.
Arahat, he can't realize his own. The first he have to listen.
Yes.
Every Arahat, first Sotapanna.
And then
the several steps. I don't know about the other steps. I know the Sotapanna and the Arahat.
So what this means is, somebody like me or somebody like my Kalyana Mitra can listen to the Buddha's teaching, and then using that teaching, after having heard it and understood, we get the first step, which is sotapanna. And then with more and more meditation, more and more what we call vipassana bhavana.
Yeah.
So we need to be very, very careful. We are not talking samadhi bhavana. We're talking vipassana bhavana.
Samatha or samadhi.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No, it is called the dhyana. We have to improve the dhyanas.
We don't want dhyana.
We don't need to dhyana. But Lord Buddha, after realized the enlightened, Lord Buddha refused that dhyana.
Yes. So what we are channeling here is the vipassana bhavana to get to the nirodha
Yes, the
samapatti
Buddhist
state
nirodha.
of our mind. We talked about that in another video before. So if we realize it by ourselves without having heard it from anybody else, then we are a Buddha. If we realize it having heard from a Buddha, then the first step is sotapanna. Somebody can call it sovan. Sotapanna is the more accurate thing. That means you heard it and you understood it. Sotapanna. And then when you practice that more and more, you get to the stage of arahat. Arahat means what, Hamdruni?
Arahat means the same. Someone he realized what is called that we are called the Chaturarya Satya, Four Noble Truth. The Lord Buddha's realized Four Noble Truth. It's called the Buddha.
Okay.
Another Pruthajjana person, lay person,
Okay.
first time realized the Four Noble Truth. It is called Sotapanna.
Yes.
Sotapanna is only hearing that the Four Noble Truths, understanding.
Okay.
But
then you have to practice.
After practicing, the ultimate level, it is called the Arahat.
Okay. So what is the difference? Does that mean if I practice now with my Nirodha Samapatti Vipassana Bhavana for many hours every day, how will I know that whether I have achieved the Arahat state?
Arahat state means after hearing the Four Noble Truth. Four Noble Truth means also the emptiness. However, about the mind emptiness, the hearing, and when you are practicing, you can touch the emptiness. It is called the Arahat. If you can continuous the state of emptiness, it is called the Arahat position.
Right. That you will understand when you are experiencing it, you will
Yeah.
know the difference.
Yeah.
It is
But
to be
nowadays
experienced by
people
yourself.
think about that the Arahat level is a permanent one. It is not a permanent one. But when we are practicing, if we, when we are going to the bed to
Yeah.
sleep,
Yeah.
we don't know the what is the sleeping movement.
Yeah.
We try to go to the bed after 2-3 minutes or 15 minutes,
Happens
30 minutes, automatically we get in sleep.
Yeah.
That according to the same example, when we are starting the meditating, we don't know the touching point, the nirodha or the emptiness.
Yeah.
The emptiness position is called the arahat. Arahat is also not a physical body.
It's a state of the mind.
State of mind, yeah.
Okay, excellent. So when you do this, you will understand, and that is why this is a situation where you must practice and you yourself must understand, and then you will come to the realization, yes, I have touched upon that state of my samadhi, not samadhi, of my nirodha samapatti. That means you've done it for a long time. Sometimes when you, with a lot of practice, you can achieve that state of nothingness, that what we call shunyata, that you can touch that within seconds, or sometimes a minute or two. Sometimes it might take you many hours. So Hamduruni, when you touch that state yourself, nowadays, how long it takes you before you manage to get to that shunyata state in your mind?
When I was in the Myanmar, some days I can practice continuously 3 days.
Yeah.
The position of the emptiness.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get to that state? You don't know.
Oh, sometimes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes the 30 minutes. I don't know
the more
the time.
you practice.
Yeah, after practicing, the Lord Buddha explained that the position Sakurdagami, Anagami, Arahat, the time limit. What is the shortest time we can reach the position?
Okay.
The shortest time the Buddha. Can we get the example? We can talk about the 1 hour. The Lord Buddha can achieve that the Nirodha within 5 minutes, and he can continuous the status 55 minutes.
Okay.
For an example.
Yeah.
Then the Arahat, he traces the 10 minutes and he continues the 50 minutes.
Okay.
It is called the Arahat. And the Anagami, he tried to reach that the 15 minutes, he can manage 45 minutes, something like. The Sakurdagami, 30 minutes, and he can continue the 30 minutes.
Okay.
Sotapanna, 50 minutes he tried to reach that the position, and 10 minutes he can manage that the level. For an example, it is not the example only.
Yeah. So for instance, so some people might get stuck. Those who have read the books will get stuck. What is Sota, Soan, Sakurdagami, Anagami, Arahat? Actually, there is no point in us actually understanding what these steps are. But what my Kalyana Mitra is pointing out is that the difference between these steps is that the time it takes to reach the Nirodha Samapatti, that Sunyata state, and then the longer duration where you can maintain that state. So if you are an Arahat, you can get to that state very quickly and then maintain that for many days at a stretch. And if your life stops while you're in that state of Nirodha Samapatti, that is when you have reached Nibbhana. Because then there will be no rebirth. And that is Nibbhana. So, Hamdurune, the stanza that we were talking about, we've just analyzed the very, very last sentence of it.
Yeah.
It starts off with Sabbha, papassa, akaranang.
Akaranang.
Very first video we put out, we discussed what is Sabbha.
Yeah.
Then normally when we say Sabbha, papassa, akaranang, people say it means, oh, all sinful acts is of no use.
Yeah.
But you told me actually it means something more deeper than that.
Yeah, that is the out appearance idea about that, the Sabbha papassa, akaranang, kusala, supasambhada. People are explaining, connecting to the merits and the bad things.
Yeah.
But Lord Buddha mentioned about that the Sabbha means all.
Okay.
All means when we are using that our 6 organs, the Buddha mentioned about that all 6 organs, and we are using that the 6 organ, it's creating that the consciousness or in the Pali words or vijnana. When we are using 6 organs, it is all. It is means Sabbha. Then when we are using the 6 organs, the Sabbha, if you can stop in that the 6 organ, we can remove that the Sabbha papassa. We can stop in all the consciousness. That is called Sabbha.
Okay. So really the analysis is that the real meaning of Sabbha papassa akaranang is not about not doing sinful acts. What the Buddha is actually saying is Sabbha, all your conscious states from all the 5, 6 senses, 6th one meaning your thoughts and memories like we discussed earlier in your brain or in your memory or in your hopes or fears and anxieties. Once you've controlled all that, then and put it aside, that is Sabbha papassa akaranang. What is that akaranang means?
Akaranang means the actions.
Actions.
All the actions we have to get.
It doesn't mean do not do. It means...
we have to stop it.
Akaranang?
Akaranam means the actions. Akaranam means stopping the actions.
Okay. So stopping those actions that give rise to those conscious states. That's what Sabbha papassa akaranam means. Stopping the actions that give rise to the vijnana. That's the first thing. It is not about... It is not...
The normally people explaining pa means the sin or the bad actions.
Papa.
Papa.
That's not good.
That is no. Pa means stopping all the actions. Sabbha papassa.
Kusalasa upasampada. The kusalasa, people are thinking it means do meritorious actions like giving lots of expensive things, building big temples and painting it again, or things like that, or giving to the poor and all that. All those things are really good if it makes you happy and makes society happy. Fine.
They are called merits, not the kusal.
Yes. So kusalasa upasampada.
Kusal means the Kaushalya. In the Magadhi words, Kusal means the Kaushalya. Kaushalya means the what is called that the energetic or the cleverest. What is called that the real means talented. Yeah.
Yes.
The talent. The Kusalasa upasampada means if you can manage the talent. When you are practicing sometimes 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, if you can manage that the without creating that the consciousness, that is the talent.
Okay.
It is called the kusalasa upasampada.
Okay. So once again, the clarity is that the second one, kusalasa upasampada, means applying your energy, your talent, your time effectively to maintain that state of sunyata, where you've controlled all that consciousness that is coming. Remember, the first sentence said, Sabbha papassa akaranang. Remove and stop all those actions, thoughts that are giving rise to your vijnana. Sabbha papassa akaranang. Kusalasa upasampada. Apply your talent and your energy to maintain that state.
Okay?
That period. Then the third one is?
Kusalasa upasampada swachitta paryodapana.
Swachitta paryodapana. That is easy to understand. No? Swachitta, use your mind to implement, to put these things into action. Swachitta, use your own mind. You can't rely on somebody else doing it for you. It is for you to do it. So that is quite clear. Swachitta paryodapanang
etang
buddhanam sasanam. That is the teaching of the Buddhas. Is that clear? So we've been doing for 16 minutes 53 seconds. That is enough, no, for this time?
Yeah.
It's a short one, but very important. If you really understand the meaning of this stanza, Sabbha papassa akaranang, kusalasa upasampada, swachitta paryodapanang, etang buddhanusasanam. Okay? So, do not misunderstand it. The understanding, and the Buddha is always analyzing about how to reach nibbhana. Not about doing all these good deeds and generous deeds in order to get lots of merit so that when you die you go to heaven, or when you die you come back as more rich or more handsome or something like that. No, that is not the purpose of Buddhism.
Any Buddhas talking about that the rebirth again. Their teaching is how to stopping the rebirth, and not talking about any words about how you rebirth or heaven or the hell.
Yes. So some people will ask, okay then, Hamdurne, what is the situation? Does that mean I should not be doing good things, and I should that it doesn't matter what I do in terms of generous things and giving dana and all those things that are generous and compassionate? And does it matter if I am a very cruel person and I do all the bad things like stealing and lying and this and that? That matters. In everyday life it matters. It will affect society, it will affect you and your happiness in the world, but that doesn't affect the path to nibbhana. The path to nibbhana is what the Buddha is talking about, and that is what my Kalyana Mitra is saying, that the Buddha is not talking about how you achieve a better life in rebirth. No, that is not what the Buddha is talking about. Buddha is talking about is Sabbha papassa akaranang, stopping all the conscious thoughts that are giving rise to vijnana. Kusalasa upasampada. Do apply your merits, do apply your talents and your energy to maintain that state. Swachitta paryodapanang. Use your own understanding, your own efforts to achieve that state. You cannot rely on somebody else, but you must rely on somebody else in terms of having a Kalyana Mitra like what I have, in order to understand and to hear what is being told by the Buddha. So my friend here, my Kalyana Mitra, is explaining to me, and now is explaining to you through this YouTube media, because you will not be able to meet him directly. Here you are able to meet him virtually, and that is what we are doing. So if you understand what we are talking about, then you too can achieve Sotapanna. So people who are listening, they too can
After
understand.
listening, someone can realize how we stop in the rebirth. It is called the Sotapanna. Sota means the ear or the sound, listening. Apanna means come to the path. The person,
path,
something path. Something listening, and someone can come to the real or the correct path. It is called the Sota Apanna. Sota Panna.
I hope you understand that. So basically, you can reach Sotapanna by listening to the correct interpretation of the Buddha's teaching, like what you're doing now by listening to this YouTube video. I'm really grateful to my Kalyana Mitra, and I wish you all very well. If you've got any questions or comments, then please put a message on the YouTube video, or search me on the Facebook. My Facebook will be Damita Didi Ratnasinghe, and I thank you for listening. Thank you very much. Thank you.